might not be right in the head. I did eat a lot of bologna sandwiches when I was a kid, so that might have done something bad to me. Now that is a fish. That's definitely not a stick. That's not a stick at all. Oh, this is gonna be a keeper too. Well, howdy do, True North friends. My good lady gave me a birthday blessing to go get lost in a creek for a while. So I'm gonna fish one of my favorite sections, kind of my happy place. Get lost for a few hours, mentally anyway, and enjoy my time. We're gonna target crappie today with ultralight gear, but I don't care what we catch. We might catch catfish, we might catch some long ears, might catch a smallmouth, who knows, but I don't care. I'm just glad to be here, and I'm glad you came along. So thanks. Let's hit the creek. Oh gosh, scared the heck out of me. Someone put a bucket full of deer bones there. Why would they do that? It's not Halloween. Oh, these are some frog tog hip waders. They strap on real easy. Oh, that's not too cold yet. Anyway, they're pretty convenient. And we're gonna motivate them with a little gulp maggot. Sometimes that's what you need to get them to seal the deal in this cold weather. I'm sure you all have your favorite places to fish or your happy place. This is one of mine. It's close enough to my house that I can get here in 15 minutes, but it's far enough away to feel like I'm on an adventure. So to me, that's a win. That's a big win. It is mid-December and it's 50 degrees out. Can you believe that? Now we're gonna start close and then keep casting further, because if there's fish close, I want to catch those ones first. I don't want to catch a fish out there and reel it in through fish that might be here, because then that fish might spook these ones. So I'm gonna work my way back, if that makes sense. Fish. Just lost them too. That's a good sign. So now I'm working my way out a little further, just a little bit at a time. Sometimes they'll be holding in very specific spots, and if you're 1 or 2 feet away from where they're holding, you won't get them. Oh, I did have a fish. No wonder I couldn't see my bobber. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, look at that. We've got a crappie. The crappie are here. We got a nice black creek crappie. Oh, that's a pretty fish. That's just a beautiful creek crappie. That was on the old panfish assassin. The Nico caddisfly. Oh yeah, see, they're barely taking it under. It's hard when you can't see the bobber. Got a feeling we got another crappie here, folks. Oh yeah, actually better than the first one. Better than the first one. That's gonna be a, that's for sure gonna be a 9-inch fish. Beautiful. Maybe we'll get lucky and leave here with half a dozen or so. Make for a good feed for me and Mama. That was pretty sweet of him. He left us our power maggot. That's all I'm fishing with here, guys and gals. Little crappie magnet or trout magnet head, and that little Nico caddisfly. You've heard me brag on these before. You can catch 100 fish on that same piece of plastic there. They're stretchy, made out of that super strong, stretchy fancy stuff. Look at that. Oh, that, you know what? That might have been a walleye. That might have been a walleye. No way. That one I was just slowly reeling it, dragging it above the leaves, and he just sucked it right up off the bottom. I like it when it gets warm in winter for a few days. If you can get it on the warmest day, like you get a day in the high 40s or the low 50s, and you can do pretty good. You got to keep your line tight, because if you go to set the hook and there's too much slack in the line, they'll feel that line moving before you get a hook set, and they'll spit the hook, and then you won't catch a fish, and then you'll be sad. And we don't want to be sad when we fish. We want to be happy. See, I missed one there. Missed one there. Got him that time. I think we got him. Yeah. Yeah, not quite a keeper though. Hey, at least we got one. Number 3. See, I'm gonna, yeah, that's probably only 7 inches. I'll measure him on the rod here. We are, yeah, 7.5. We'll let that little dude go. Thanks for playing though. Thank you for playing. We do appreciate it very much. Sometimes all you got to do is just downsize a little bit. That can make all the difference when the fish are real finicky. In this case, we've downsized a lot. 1/80th ounce jigs, jig heads, with tiny little bodies on them. You know, I've missed the fish right here 4 times now. 4 times. Ugh. There's a fish. We got him. Did we get a good enough hook set? Hey, we got one on the upper jig. Now this is a white crappie. And they tend to be a little longer and leaner in here. See the stripes there? The blacks tend to have more kind of specks on them. The white crappie have these vertical lines. We're getting into a good mix of fish, folks. Oh, there's my stringer. You know, for an hour into a trip in December, I'm thrilled with 4 fish. 4 fish in hand. That's awesome. Okay. You know, they're hitting the top now. They're hitting the top. That one's borderline. That one's borderline for what we're looking for here. But see, I dropped that bobber just a little bit. We're not going to keep that one. Just going down 8 inches, all of a sudden they're hitting the white jig. Oh, there we go. There we go. What's that? Number 6. Number 6. Again, that one's probably right at 8 inches, but we're not going to keep it. Hey, it's fun to get into them though. This is what I call a good time, even though my feet are starting to freeze. There we go. That was on a slow reel, and he grabbed the white one again, the top one. Little white crappie. Who knows, that might have been that same one we caught. Little boy, little money. He's right there. Oh yeah, there he goes over there. There we go. Oh, what is it? This is a nice fish, is it? Or am I snagged? What do I have? Oh, I snagged a stick. Oh, I thought I had a really big fish. This might be what I thought was a big fish before. Hey, you know what? I'm having a great time. I hope you all are too. And hey, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. This is what we do around here. We get excited over catching sticks. That's like a trophy. Get that thing out of the way. I'm cold, my feet are frozen, but I'm having a blast. Having a blast. A lot of people don't understand why I like fishing. They're like, how could you enjoy standing at a freezing creek catching sticks? Well, I don't know. I might not be right in the head. I did eat a lot of bologna sandwiches when I was a kid, so that might have done something bad to me. Now that is a fish. That's definitely not a stick. That's not a stick at all. Oh, this is gonna be a keeper too. I can just tell this is a thicker fish. About like the other ones we got on the stringer. It's gonna go 9. You bet. We're gonna measure it here just so you don't think I'm making things up. So I got a little ruler on this rod. And we are, okay, I lied, 8 3/4. But for us today, in this particular body of water, we're gonna keep them. Got him. Not far from us. Oh, that's a good one. That might be the one we've been missing a bunch. Right in that same spot. Oh, stay on there. Stay on there. Yeah, that one will go just under 9. It's got a little meat on his bones. We're working on a stringer here. Two or three more and I'll have a meal for 2 instead of just a meal for 1. There we go, back in the game. Back in the crappie game. Oh, and he hit the top jig again too. This looks like another keeper. Another 9-inch black. Yes sir, yes sir. They've just transitioned to a slow little bite. Well, we're 1 away from half a dozen. So that little hook I've been catching them on is called a Whack 'em Stack 'em, made by a company out of northern Indiana. Angelo and his wife run that company, and I've done really well on their baits. Crappie in the creek, boom, 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 boom. Crappie in the creek. Crappie in the Creek by Corey Gliggy. Having said that, there is a fish from that pool that that's been so good to us. Another white crappie. I think we only have black crappies on our stringer thus far. Oh, that guy looks like he's blind in that eye. Whoops, maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe though. Yeah, he looks blind. He's blind. We caught old Blindy. I think a dozen fish in hand. That's a great day. That's a great winter open water day. Well, friends, we got about an hour left. I'm going to show you what we've been doing. Got our little fill weighted bobber, and about 2 feet down we've got this little whack-em stack-em 1/80th ounce head jig body. Have not been tipping that and been catching a lot of fish on that. Been catching some in this smaller one with the orange, and I have been tipping this one with the Berkeley maggot. I don't know if the bait is making a difference today or not. We've been catching them on both. I think it's more just a matter of they're gonna bite either one. It's just whether you can pick up on the bite in time or not, because it's such a soft and subtle bite. Now this is a deeper pool here. This could be holding some fish for sure. There we go. What is it? I think we got a new species the way it's fighting. Oh, there we go. There's our pretty little long ear. These fish fight hard. So a lot of people call these a pumpkin seed, but they're not. That's a long-eared sunfish. Boy, that guy was hooked something fierce. Well, friends, my feet are cold. I got enough light to get home and clean some fish. We ended up with 5 on the stringer. I'd say the 2-pound line and the little 1/80th ounce did the bulk of the work today. And it was a beautiful day. I'm glad I could share it with you. Thanks for coming along. And Lord willing, we'll do it again. And remember, a bad day's fishing ain't a bad day.